I think the age group is, most of the group are young. And I just want to wish you guys all the best. Please enjoy yourselves. The people that are out there will be young and old, very similar. They have questions they would want to raise, but if you can provide them time and just listen to them, take them aside one-on-one, then they will be able to pose their questions to you. Otherwise, they'll just remain silent, sitting, nodding their heads, and you don't know whether that is acceptable or they are disagreeing with you. Or it's quite difficult, especially with healthcare. But again, Christianity is the backbone of our country now. When we embraced it in the early 1900s, late 1800s, it kind of changed the way we handle ourselves. Most of us are cannibals. I don't know what that means. My great-great-great-grandparents, as soon as they are angry, they were quick to take the laws into their own hands, and they were the law. Pretty primitive. But again, during the early ages, when you go to Tavuni, that is the nearest to Samoa, and then to Tonga. There is a lot of travel being undertaken by these groups of people that live in the Pacific, coming all the way down to Bau, and then all the way up to Somo before they go back to Samoa. Tattoos all over the body. That was part of our traditional identity then. But when we embraced Christianity, that disappeared. But the Samoans took it to Samoa, and now they tattoo themselves the whole body. It kind of depicts who they are, and especially they're standing amongst themselves. But Christianity has played a very, very important role here. Now the Honorable Minister is undergoing a terrible time in the Parliament, our Parliament. They're trying to figure out a name. What should we identify ourselves with? They're trying to rewrite the new constitution. We've had 4, and this is probably the 5th. We're going to be making amendments to. Because now we've written a stage, we've arrived at a stage where we have to respect law. If you want to do anything, if you are not happy with anything, have that as part of your vote, when you cast your vote. Not to take the laws into your own hands. We're so quick-tempered, and we believe that's the only way. But we found later, it took us back another 40 or 50 years into the wilderness again, and then we start all over again. But we are so fortunate that we have a group of people that have identified Fiji as their own, and they are very hardworking. These are the ones with Indian descent. They're very hardworking, lots of intermarriages, very interesting times, and most of them have kind of accepted Christianity into their faith. They're very strict. When you're Hindu, Muslim, you're a Muslim. But to see the change in their beliefs and their faith, it's a great transformation, a great change. Only God could do that. Yeah. We looked at the New Zealand, the Maori one. You can be a New Zealander, but it doesn't mean you're a Maori. Same as us. We're trying to go for our identity now. You want to have your identity as Fijian, but those that were born here regard themselves as Fijian as well. It's like trees in the bush. You say it's exotic, but they've been growing there for the last 50 or 60 years. They've become indigenous. And you can't keep on saying that that's an exotic species. No. You just stayed there and grown there for the last 60 years. Just the same as our big trees in New Zealand, the kauri, etc. And we look to the Maori structure as something that offers a lot of education to us. A lot of similarities in the Treaty of Waitangi and ours, the deed of cession. But how we applied it is different. I like the way you sing your national anthem. I like the way you begin your speeches, the Maori one. And the Australians are doing it as well. I've spoken a few times in their parliament in Canberra. It's quite interesting to hear that they appreciate the people that came there first, but they belong to the same country now. Well, that is what Christianity has brought to us. And I hope and pray that you will enjoy yourselves. We're trying so much to see how best we can take healthcare down to the people in the rural areas, especially in our islands out there. There's 300 islands here. Some are inhabited, some are uninhabited. Well, that's the challenge. You take medicine today, you come back, they'll say they still want some more medicine. They are suffering from diabetes. You tell them they are suffering from diabetes, they'll say, no, this is just a thing. I'll just take some leaves there, pound it, and then I mix it and I drink it. That should take care of it. Medicine is still foreign to them. But that's a big challenge on our public health system. That's where the minister is. They are trying hard to introduce this down to the very rural areas, especially the islands that you'll be visiting. They love to worship God. You'll be there and you just, early in the morning you'll be surprised, they'll be singing hymns. And someone will be leading them in a sermon and all that, and that's it for the day. That keeps them together. For us that are in the urban areas, times have changed. We are glued to these small gadgets that we hold in our hands, and then we in communication with the world and what the world wants to tell us, whether it's fake or true or AI generated or whatever. That's all I want to say, ladies and gentlemen.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Fiji, Nusambula Wada, I acknowledge the First Lady. This is who's amongst us, Musambulawada Telanga. Sir, the group that is here with you today have been around for the last 5 years. They've been traveling to our islands, not only the maritime zones, but also the land. They have been working in Fiji, providing medical services, and also taking with them the Word of God, which is the core part of the youth of the mission work. Present here are the crew and the specialist staff. They will be here with us for the next week or so before they return back to New Zealand. The professional staff also come from different parts of the world. Some are doctors, specialist nurses. They have paid their own way to come and serve Fiji. The program ahead of us tomorrow, we have a reception on board to welcome the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Ministers who are aware of the work they've been doing in the last 5 years. But this trip is specifically for the beautiful island, the Garden Island, Fiji, as you have rightly said, and the other parts to follow after that. And after this, they are also going back to New Zealand, but before that, they will map again the plans for the next year. But once again, sir, we're so happy to visit you here today.